Hey mamas, there's a lot of energy swirling about right now with the start of the Chinese New Year, the year of the fire horse. While I love the metaphor of the new year, your fresh start can start any day, be it January 1st, your birthday, a random Tuesday, or your divorce. You get to decide. And a new year is accompanied by new energy and possibility, which is exactly what you need beneath your wings at this moment, where you're stepping into new territory and a new version of yourself. Big changes are on your horizon, but lots of decisions, emotions, and realities are playing out in this present moment, whether you feel ready or not, and you need to be present for it all. The harsh reality is that the steps you're making now are informing the steps that you will need to take in the future. Please don't allow that to scare you. In fact, please allow it to empower and motivate you, because inaction and getting stuck where you don't want to be is scarier. There are many paths through divorce that can lead you in many different directions. Divorce doesn't have to be a train wreck, but you also can't sit around and wait to see how it all plays out. There's too much at stake. I want to show you how to harness the power of some fire horse energy and pair it with your wise intuition so that you can guide your divorce across the finish line and feel good about how you got there for you and your kids. This is exactly what I do with the mothers that I work with every day. That's what I want to talk to you about today. I'm calling this conversation Feeling Like a Fire Horse or a Foal, aka Baby Horse. Hi there, mamas. Welcome to the Intuitive Divorce Podcast. I'm Kristen Noel, certified divorce coach and creator of the Best Self Intuitive Divorce, a game-changing program that transforms the experience and outcomes of divorce, one mother at a time. I call it Divorcing Differently. I'm here each week bringing you a quick message to support, inspire, and empower you to achieve the outcomes you want for yourself and your kids. So let's dive into today's episode. I don't know if it's fire horse energy swirling about or not, but I'm finding myself feeling like I am so done with what's not working for mothers navigating divorces, and so much more interested in helping the women I coach see through a new lens of solutions and momentum. For those who aren't familiar, according to the Chinese zodiac, each year is named after an animal. The year of the fire horse, which we literally just entered February 17th, is associated with intuition, autonomy, and shifts in pace or focus. Sounds like a divorce. As we enter a new year, we leave one behind, which was the year of the snake. And what an amazingly relatable metaphor the snake is with its shedding of old skins. Maybe you're also feeling like you're leaving behind old versions of yourself and embracing new ones, or at least trying to. I hope so. And while you may feel like more of a newborn foal, aka baby horse, entering your divorce than a fire horse, I bet something about the possibility of galloping off into the horizon of a new life chapter feels exhilarating. Sure, you may be standing on wobbly legs with a lot of uncertainty. This is all new territory. But this moment is actually critical for you. Whether you are divorce curious or tiptoeing towards one or in the messy middle of the process, the steps you take today inform the ones you will have to take tomorrow. Now, don't let that paralyze you with fear. If you take a misstep or don't like an outcome, you can pivot. But you need to put yourself on a path in order to initiate momentum in your divorce and life. You can't sit around and wait and see how it works out. That's a recipe for disaster, for getting stuck in the spin cycle of the system with legal bills spiraling out of control. This leaves a mother feeling more helpless than when she started, stuck, vulnerable, and deflated. I've seen it time and time again with mothers who were afraid to advocate for themselves, who didn't lean into learning new ways of communicating, setting healthy boundaries, and walking away from the old dynamics. I know it's a lot, but as Einstein said, you can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it. So, what derails us from taking action with confidence and clarity? Fear. I don't know if you've ever heard the acronym for fear. False evidence appearing real. Keep this in mind as you listen to this. The voice of fear tells us what we can't do, what won't work, what'll never happen, and it sabotages us every step of the way. It doesn't pat you on the back and remind you how capable, heart-centered, and resourceful you are. It doesn't validate your fierce mama bear intuition. It doesn't remind you that you can do hard things. It doesn't encourage you to color outside of the lines. No, instead it tells you to get back in line. Do it the way you always have. But you can't continue on business as usual. You can't unsee what you see, sense, and know, especially when it comes to your spouse, your marriage, and where it's all landed. Fear isn't your friend when it comes to flexing new muscles. This is exactly how we get stuck in unhealthy dynamics in relationships. Maybe you've been in a manipulative relationship with a narcissist who regularly gaslit you. Maybe it's gone on for too long. Maybe it's gone on for so long that it almost feels normal. Relationships create patterns that we unconsciously repeat. This is one area where mamas frequently get caught up. Even when they know they want out of their marriage, even when they recognize the dysfunction, they can't get out of their own way, and their spouses play on that. In fact, they count on it. Let's be real. No one wants the dysfunction. They just don't know how to stop it or how to get out in front of it and shut it down before it spirals out as it always does. The problem with this is that it then creates more internal chaos because they took the bait and now they beat themselves up about it. Thus, the vicious cycle. Breaking patterns doesn't come easily at first, but it's game-changing. It reprograms the fear. It helps your voice be heard. And once repeated, it becomes the new norm. No more triggering conversations because they get shut down. No more using kids as pawns because you know how to handle that. No more abusive communication because you set firm boundaries and protect yourself. No more losing it and taking regrettable action and saying regrettable words that can work against you in a court case because you know how to refrain from taking the bait. This flips the old narrative on its side. It eliminates impending chaos before it enters your space. You set a new tone. You protect it fiercely and you move through life like never before. You may not believe this in this moment, but you can even get to the point where you just laugh it off. Yes, this is what is possible for you. Healing can have a sense of humor. You get to decide. What are the excuses you're telling yourself? What's the story playing repeatedly in your head that keeps you stuck and unable to see another way? What if you were to just interrupt the next triggering encounter by asking yourself, how else could I see this situation? Is there another solution here? The power of interruption is so underrated. It creates space to pause, regroup, and reassess. As I guide mamas in our group coaching program, I repeatedly tell them that self-awareness is the true breakthrough. What if you deconstructed a scenario that regularly triggers you and sucks you into something that you don't want to participate with? Action, reaction. What if instead you could stop what you're doing, step back, and look at it as an outsider rather than a highly sensitive actor in the production? I help mamas get out in front of their fears and change the course of their lives every day. It starts with small action steps, and those small action steps thread together to weave a new story and set a new precedent. This is how you don't get stuck in the system, draining your life force and your bank account. This is how you don't lose precious time with your kids and how you all transition to the new family structure and routine. This is how you begin to design your new life. Divorce isn't easy for anyone, but mothers who lean in to get help are the ones who change the playing field, and their legs grow stronger beneath them, which is good because those legs will have to carry them across the finish line. Divorce is about so much more than the division of assets. It's about rediscovering who you are, healing and becoming. It's about all the in-between moments where you have to get your kids through the tough transitions. There is a better path to a better divorce, and the mothers who are recognizing that they need help straight out of the gate are divorcing smarter, healing faster, protecting their kids, and reclaiming their lives. Which track are you going to run on? Thanks for listening to today's episode, but more importantly, for making this time for yourself. If you're a professional, independent mother facing off with divorce, Struggling with your emotions, worried about your kids and your future, and want a better way to navigate it all? I've got 2 ways to completely change the trajectory of your divorce and your life starting today. The first is our free divorce workshop. In this training, you'll learn the 3 steps to get off the emotional roller coaster and take control of your divorce so you can save time, money, and heartache for you and your family. Simply go to intuitivedivorce.com/workshop. And the second way is to book a free strategy call with our team, where we'll dive into your situation, your struggles, what you really want, and outline a path to get you there. For a short video and the booking link, go to intuitivedivorce.com/call. Check it out, and I'll see you inside. Now I have a favor to ask you, Mama. If you enjoyed this conversation and were inspired in your own divorce, please subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss future juicy talks. And I'd be so grateful if you'd leave a review so together we can help other mamas walking in the same shoes.